Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The reason why most people haven't made a move or we haven't seen any type of drastic course correction within our healthcare, within our school system, within our criminal justice system, within our housing system, practically within every system that we're living in, is it all went corrupt. However, everyone's savings accounts, 401ks, Social Security, it's all intertwined with, let's call it, the blood money. And so people are trying to figure out, well, how do you separate the blood money from the good money that men and women are working their, whole entire lives and giving their whole entire life force for the dollar? Because God forbid, if the government does fall, doesn't all the welfare, all the fictitious programs, all the taxes that were practically, illegal to do go away? Then what happens to all the workers who work for this demonic government? What happens to all the pensions? What happens to all the, dollar signs in your bank account? If it's not in solid form, it's not liquid. But if your government has been getting it how it lives, and we realize they've been giving it and getting it in a very barbaric way, and they can't stop, obviously, for what we can see now and freaking, 8K, it's like, uh-oh, maybe someone's whole entire foundation is built on shifting sands and not a solid, eternal foundation when you build with true skill sets and a good community. However, if that whole entire currency falls, well, what happens to those type of people? Because right now they are the majority. Those are the ones who, even though we've seen how hard it is to live, they just said, you got to find a ninth way upstream of income. That, it's not that hard. Since I can do it, you can do it too. And so the gaslighting about money was the solution, or just, praying and investing and doing all this, general statement things was going to fix people's lives is no longer working. We're going to have to start thinking about who is a liability and who's actually an asset, because most people put all their faith into the dollar to the point where they have no other, purpose in life. That is very scary, because who are you?